Not only are these armed service members on the streets of American cities, if you look as the tank rolls by, the sniper has his gun out on the protesters who are Americans. They're holding protests. General, help me understand. Help the people watching this understand why we cannot allow this to become normal.
Two things. First of all, I don't think those are U.S. soldiers or National Guardsmen that are there. They are wearing masks. Guardsmen do not wear masks. The military does not wear masks. I think that those are, quite frankly, the thugs that are part of ICE and all the other people that are part of the federal forces. I need to make sure to distinguish between the two of them. You're absolutely correct. We should never, ever normalize the idea of American soldiers on U.S. soil. It's absolutely un-American. It reminds me, quite frankly, President Roosevelt in his inauguration said that we should be focused on the four freedoms: the freedom of speech and expression, the freedom of worship, the freedom from fear, and the freedom from want. None of those things are happening right now because people are fearful. People are not allowed to do what they want within the law. And this is not the American way. We should not be going there whatsoever.
Colonel, we're all watching what is transpiring in American cities, and it's really easy to put the emphasis on the service members who are there. But there are also conversations that are happening behind closed doors, often with attorneys who are being asked where the line is. Can you give us a sense, in a functioning democracy with a functioning military, what those conversations look like, and where you are concerned that this administration may begin to cross that line?
Sure. So the line really needs to be and should be necessity, right? The president does have authority to be able to both federalize National Guard troops, wresting them from the governor's own control, as well as send in active duty troops in times of invasion, in times of rebellion. And for here, in this case, federalizing the National Guard when federal law cannot be executed, quote unquote, by regular forces. And again, we don't have that here in Portland. But those would be some of the bases for lawfully using our military on the city streets for law enforcement, because the default, as the general aptly said, is to keep American troops focused on fighting foreign enemies overseas. They're to protect us. They're not to be used domestically against us. And so the conversations really would be coming down to the facts that were set before a federal judge today, which is, do the facts warrant the necessity to use the National Guard or federal troops, such as the Marines down here in Los Angeles, as domestic occupiers against we the people? And if those pictures that you showed in Chicago, showed that this is really a bullying, intimidation tactic to desensitize the American people to the use of military force on our city streets and to scare people, to chill them away from actually exercising their First Amendment rights to protest the government.
You know, General, there's a lot that's been made of the embarrassing conversation Pete Hegseth had with generals sitting in the audience there at Quantico. And I'd like you to listen to Stephen Miller and Pete Hegseth speaking to law enforcement in Memphis on Wednesday.
I see the guns and badges in this room. You are unleashed. The handcuffs that you're carrying, they're not on you anymore. They're on the criminals. And whatever you need to get it done, we're going to get it done. They think that they're hardcore. We are so much more hardcore than they are. And we have the entire weight of the United States government behind us. We're not here to second guess you. We're here to have your back, to unleash you, to do your job so you come home safely.
From telling the generals that they're fat and that they are basically soft in many ways that he did not like, to speaking to law enforcement in Memphis and basically saying we're going to unleash you like they're canine or something to attack the citizens of the cities that Americans occupy. What citizen should we make from this? Because we always appreciated the respect between civilian control of our military and that very fine but important line between keeping military force out of our cities and certainly not combining it with local police officers, militarizing them and weaponizing them against their own people.
That's absolutely right. Think about this. We have a disgraced major who was, quite frankly, talking down to a room of 800 all combat veterans, generals, admirals, and senior enlisted leaders. He was talking to them like he was talking to junior soldiers. It's absolutely the case that the president was put off by the fact that everyone sat there stoically. Those generals and admirals and senior enlisted leaders, everybody listening has to understand that those leaders have got the backs of Americans. They are going to follow the rule of law. They are going to do what is right. They are not going to in any way pledge their allegiance to an individual leader like the president. We are here to defend the Constitution. The American people is us, and also we are the American people. And the American military, they are on the side of the people. Please make sure everyone understands that.